Hi Libra, come on in if you'd like to have a seat for some symbolic support. Here's your scroll made in your name and essence. We are going to scry. It has been aged to perfection, so it's been with you for lifetimes. We'll add on tarot and oracle in your shaman's palm, and we have ghost tube here kicking for any audio additions. Please receive or release freely. Libras, I am seeing some hornets or queen bees, a headboard, tombstone, Christmassy, like Christmas. Okay. All right. Let's take a moment here, Libras. If you would like to join me in closing the eyes, cleansing the palette of perception, releasing the race and the rush, activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support. Librarians, let's go. Thank you so much for being my muse, for holding space for me to share my insights and allowing me to be a guest in your aura. Okay, so I can't help but, like, I'm right up here. I don't know if the aging with the lighting, how it comes through, but I'm seeing like 2 queen bees or hornets. I don't know if this is internal dialogue. I feel like queen bees are territorial, but I could be wrong, or maybe it's the hornets that are territorial. And it's almost like a face-off about something. But I could also just be very much so meeting parts of myself that, it's like self-talk, or I'm angry at myself for something. But of course, this could spread out to perhaps a resonance with some sort of relationship. And when I say relationship, personal, platonic, corporate, creative, all of those kinds of things. It kind of makes me feel like having a teenager, right? Having a teenager or being a teenager, you can be really, really tough on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's what it feels like. There could be something about somebody who had passed, if this is in relation to a will or somebody's last wishes, and maybe it wasn't clear or it wasn't left clear. So like there's this gray area for translation and everyone to equally, or maybe it's another sibling or somebody else that, it's like, no, they wanted this. It's like, well, no, I think that they wanted this. Something along the lines. There could be some like gray area. There also might be somebody having, or in the Librarian collective, having nightmares.
How does it work?
Because when I'm coming down here, I'm seeing like a headboard. It's kind of a fancy headboard too. Like, it doesn't have to actually be fancy, but it feels fancy. And at the post things, there's beings like looking over. I don't know if they're little birds or what they are. Oh, and there's even like a little person there. Okay, hold on a minute, Libras. Let me cleanse off my scrycle here. Something about Christmas time. I don't know if Christmas is a time where... Oh, it's the Sandman. Okay, and those beings that I saw, they're like birds. I'm going to say it's like a crow. They are definitely a blackbird or something so dark blue, or the hue of them is, like if a bird is it the grackle out here? I can't remember. Like, they're so dark, but they look black, but then then they shimmer, and that's when you can see the blue or the deep hues. This could just simply be like guardians of your subconscious state, especially if there's nightmares going on, or deep subconscious work, because the Sandman's like dropping in. There's also something from this hornet fight, and whatever that symbol may mean to you, of course, always follow your own intuition first versus my yammerings. But it's like like maybe an argument, or the way something was said, or, oh, I wish I would have said this, or, oh, I wish I would have said that way, or whatever the case is. It doesn't have to be wishful thinking. Maybe it's just like recalling and reflecting, and it's dropping into my sleep. Like it's even bothering me in my sleep state. There's something about Christmas time, the spirit of Christmas, because I'm also seeing a manger. And I'm hearing that song, Away in a Manger. I'll leave it at that. My glorious singing. I'm only going to scry from this direction, Libras, and then we'll flip it for another reading. Like the holly, like Christmas trees and hollies. Because there's something about the red berry. Okay, the holly tree. Thank you. So, like Hollywood, the holly tree or the holly bush. And the reason why it's called holly. And there's something about
Far away.
the magic or lore or mystery of the wood of the holly. Somebody might be working on magic. And it also makes me feel like for any librarians that are very psychically attuned or empathic, your sensitivity. I don't want to isolate it. Just your sensitivity. It's almost like I can feel like I'm getting this like rage against the machine. But I almost don't know where it comes from. Like the surge. The surge comes over me. And it could be something, energize. I'll take one more. I'm just going to add on these quick karma cards. Okay. Yeah. On the bottom, have faith in. Thank you. I'll take that poker hand. I haven't even gotten to your shaman's palm, but we'll take it. Okay, so the first house in the 8th house. Who you are, your desires, your actions, personal power, the mysteries of life. There is a major change afoot here. Thank you. Okay, so when I was talking about the hornets, and there's like this little golden something or other, like if a bee or a hornet, maybe they caught something of the little golden nugget. And it's almost like some sort of change is coming in, if not already, and it's being transformed, and there's like decisions what you're going to do about it. This kind of makes me feel like if you won the lottery and now you have a lot of money, like what are you going to do with it? And maybe there's a lot of people that want, and you feel defensive, or you need to protect it, like the hornets. You know what I mean? I need to be mindful. That's just how it feels. Maybe some of you are coming into money, or it's an inheritance of some sort. And there's just like, it doesn't even have to be squabbles of sorts, but it could even just be internal, like, what's the best way to go about this to have extra income? I don't want to say extra income. Maybe just more money than you're used to. And it's like, then suddenly realizing, oh, I've adapted. Like librarians are so adaptive in their ability to thrive in surviving, not survive to like you thrive in surviving. And now it's like, oh, this is like my new way of thriving. Or like a gift has been granted, but it creates change. It's like a positive tower. But still, it's almost like even going up, a tax bracket or getting a different job. And it's like, oh, I'm used to making this amount of money a week or a month, and now you're going to be paid more. So I don't want to call it like expendable income, but there's something. And it's a change. And it's change in personal power. Okay, so then it's bringing me into the sleep state. Again, like the subcon sleep, if you're having nightmares of stuff. And maybe that's, you're just like turmoil. I don't know that turmoil is the right word, because it feels so good. Now, for some, I feel like this tower might be, maybe a dog has passed away. It's like the tower can go either way, both ways. Either way, it's creating a major change, but there's peace there. Peace is what I'm protecting. And when I was talking about rage against the machine, then Mars energize and forcing yourself to confront something, whatever that may be, in whatever context, whatever channel that is personal to you. And then I'm seeing that clay army. Is it Japanese or Chinese? I can't remember. Forgive me. Like they found it underground. And then South Node, North Node. pairing up here. Oh, this brings me into like maybe something will be cleared up by Christmas time, or did somebody pass around Christmas and it can be a tough time? Towery feeling, right? It's like residual reflections of just feeling sad or missing somebody in a no, it's not positive, in a very festive season. And it's like I'm finding my south and north nodes of what causes anxiety, and
Please come back.
faith seems to be the other side of that. Because there's this message of don't worry, now is the time. This could be an elevation. It's like, oh, I'm nervous because I don't feel qualified for this job, or I don't know what to do with this extra money, or I'm having nightmares, and the sleep state, something going on. Hunter of conflict coming in your cave of ice. And that's like right up there, like with the hornets. There's some sort of conflict. But I feel like it's contemplative conflict. Spirit of challenge is on the bottom. Unless there's physically someone else that's like in your face, like face off. Somebody might also be utilizing a weighted blanket to help sleep, to soothe. Yeah. Okay. Hunter of vision has come up in your cave of winds. Yes. And then we have spirit of destruction with ancestor of memory. And this is coming up in your hearth fires, in your power finger. Okay, so Mars, energize, confront with the conflict. Hunter of conflict. I feel like somebody might even seek you out, Librarian, sometimes. Like, and it's just feisty, and I don't get it. I feel like there's a little bit of envy there. I do. I feel like there's a little bit of envy. And then it was like, okay, so that's like it's like somebody might even be trying to like incept upon your dream state, or just even in a relationship of communication. I don't want to call it passive aggressivity, but it's a little vision. You can see something in the way someone's talking, even if this is internal unto oneself.
Hag.
Ancestor of memory, for those that have had somebody who has passed. I'm seeing their tombstone as well. Could be under trees or some sort of foliage. Maybe they were buried under a tree, or like their ashes were put with a tree to grow. And I'm seeing, I'm not wearing a necklace today. Okay, so the claspy thing, I don't know if the lighting will allow it to come through, but it's that part of a necklacey thing. Whatever that thing is, the clasp. I'm going to call it the clasp. There might be something about a necklace. For the person who passed, they are watching over you.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I get all rammy. Yeah, there might be somebody also incepting. Whoops. Okay, there we go. Dancer of fear, hunter of mysteries, and dancer of life has come through. Like you have mystery twice. Mystery and memory. Does somebody have a fear of death and dying? Like, is that, like, did somebody have a near-death experience? Or maybe it's like past life regressions? Because this is in the cave of rivers in your ring finger. So it's like this is where it's flowing me to. Fear, and you have fear. No, that's anxiety. Fear and faith. Do I have anxiety about something? Is there a major change coming that somebody might pass if they haven't already? But I have visions of who I am. Okay, for some, it's definitely about past lives, past paralleling lives. That's a big cave of rivers, but I'm gonna keep it for a moment. There's a
Another room.
I'm seeing red ants, so there's a lot of there's a lot of work being done at like a dimensional DNA level. There is some sort of anxiety though. Maybe it's like having a fear.
Frustrated.
Yeah, it's like having a fear of something here and now. And I'm like rolling back, maybe in like regressive sleeps, reflections, and it's like even that towery kind of feel is revealing. And that can be uncomfortable because it's like even shattering the fear. Oh, I have a fear of water. And you do all this work or hypnosis or whatnot.
Hanged.
And then you end up not having a fear of water in the same way. Maybe a respect. There's a, I appreciate, but I don't necessarily go looking for it. And so it changes the frequency of it. Maybe you were hung in a past life and you've got a weird thing, with turtlenecks or something like that. I feel like I have somebody I'm holding a hand with. Could be somebody in spirit. I'm also seeing mint and something about winter time. I don't know what it is. The season, the spirit of the season. Family. Yeah, somebody's holding my hand. Somebody is holding my hand. And they have faith when you may not. Feel it prominently. Hunter of Strength. They send it down. Something specifically about the sleep state and the spirit of the seasons, and even the spirit of the season of where you're at, what you're contemplating, where you're going, what your desires are, because things are coming in. Like big blessings, big blessings. Even if this is just personal empowerment coming in, it's like, yes. Like I said, some sort of riches or some sort of golden nugget is, maybe it's an idea. I don't know what it is, but it's fantastic. All right, Libras. I'm going to get ready to close out here. If I didn't say so already, please do like, share, and subscribe. I get very invested in the reading, so thank you to all those who donate. It truly is appreciated, and you warm my haunted heart. All the links are below. Sorry, did you say something? Your spirit of the river, movement towards adventure. I'm telling you, something's happening. Something, the big, the bold, and the beautiful. And I compassionately feel the way it's coming into me, because there might be, coming at those queen bees, or maybe it was a mother that passed and used to fight all the time, and maybe that was the last thing that you said to her before she transitioned. And it's like, now I'm holding on to that, and it's like a cloud over my head, a cloud over my bed of this guilt. And no, please do not release this compassion. Do not hold it. Eye of the Needle, intentionality, and moon maiden's new beginnings. On the, yep.
Divination dose.
The farther gate, big or bold step forward. Okay, so if somebody passed and there are squabbles and those are the last words, please do not hold on to that. There's a particular awareness, and when I say particular, it's particular because it's personal to you. That the housekeeping of the haunted heart, let's say, of any healings going on, of like remembering that moment, and it's like, oh my goodness, I can't move on from that because I wish I would have said this. I can't believe we fought all the time. I can't believe those were my last words. It's like I'm being hard on my heart, and it's creating some sort of anxiety. That is what I'm hearing, like I'm going to say from the other side. But it's like the other half of your heart saying, please do not bear that weight, and allow a new breath to come in. a new breath to come in, because I can see that how we were teaching each other in the moment, the face off, the square off, we were reflections of each other. And now that there's like different perspectives, I can't help but say, like, I don't, like in the Hunter of Strength, like, say if this was you and
Don't
spirit
leave me.
shines down, there's no leaving. In your spirit of this family, having faith in that and feeling fluid in the emotional waters of perhaps what is heaviness versus drowning in it. And again, it brings me into that, like having a fear of something, or a fear could be an effect. You know, it's like sometimes when you have trauma, or you're going through something, and then your body does things to adapt, and then you get a new allergy, like suddenly now you're allergic to something. So it's like there's this mindfulness, and somebody from spirit is like hollowing down to you who you are and what your desire, your actions, your vision for your life. Please stop fighting with yourself. Please stop fighting over destroying the memory of our whole life together. And even if in one rabbit hole of this, our relationship was not good the whole way through, please do not have guilt in destroying
How do you
the
feel?
memory of me. Because I'm more than that. I'm more than this lifetime. And you know that when you're home, you know that. It's like seeing the heart and all these houses in it. All of these houses in it that we are connected to compassionately, and I am here with you. I'm sorry if this is like an odd message. I hope I'm doing it of some sort of service, trying to work through it, because it feels passionate. And then when I wander to the more individual side of it, or like this blessing coming in, this money, this life-changing scenario, like truly, it's like you have a big heart. You have a big heart, and be mindful of those that may try and come at you for things. You know, I'm entitled to a portion of your money for this, that, or the other. I deserve this just by association, or something along that lines.
Jim.
Keep your eyes on the prize. Keep your eyes on the prize of your strength and some sort of sense of assurity. Even when going to sleep, again, maybe adding a weighted blanket. It doesn't have to be that, but there's something about even what thoughts I'm saying, what conditions I'm creating for the subconscious sleep state for it to be clearer. You know what I mean? And I don't mean clear as in like, oh, it's going to be, hi, I'm Bob. But it's more restful, to be honest with you, truly restful for my heart. Like somebody's heart health in many, many ways. Hurting hearts, bleeding hearts, to good old-fashioned hearts. Did I say Hollywood? Holly or Hollywood from the Holly Bush? Yes. Okay. I'm gonna leave it here, Libras. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but we'll revisit your scroll from the other direction another time. So thank you again for being my muse, for holding space for me to share my insights and allowing me to be a guest in your aura. Gratitude galore. Until next time.